let's do it this way first. As you increase the clocks, is there a linear gain in performance? We could do the math on that. But
is there a main
like if you increase the clock, we could do the math on it. If you increase the clock 40%, is there a 40% increase in performance? Generally, the answer is no. No. It's going to be less.
Generally,
less
it's not.
linear.
Usually, it's less. Yeah.
But let me see. Let's do some numbers.
Because you would think just like even the 64 core versus the 32 core, right?
Yeah.
So you increased 32 cores, yet how much power did we really increase?
So we had I
think I was at like 780 at around 4849. We had almost 800, maybe like 840, so it's like 200. But you mean VAS?
Yes.
I wonder if VAS would be better on here.
I can do it. I'm doing some math on this question.
It's definitely these modules, though.
Okay, so we did just for reference, the Cinebench R20, which is not a real typical application, benchmark application mostly. We did a 22.5% increase in clock from 4.0 to 4.9, and we did yielded a 19% increase in score. So that one's pretty close to linear so far, but that's not going to be how all applications are. Do you want Vaseline for that?
Yeah. Just a little bit and a little brush. I'm going to try to put it on the first two modules to see if it, the problem is with Vaseline, you really don't want to get it in the memory slot. That will cause, you got to clean it out. Yeah, you can see that's pretty much our issue right now, is the first two modules, because this is quad channel, so you have 4 modules. You can see how soaked it is, and it's pretty hard to get away with that. Yeah, it looks like it's the modules. It's not even in the slots, so.
That's good.
You have a brush?
Yes.
Try to blow it off a little bit. Where is there? There it is.
Thanks.
Steve, why don't you have a compressor?
You know the problem we have with fans making noise on a live stream?
Yeah, but I told you I got one that's good, right?
Yeah, but you run it outside in a different room, right?
No, I don't. I run it in the same room.
I heard it on your stream. It was still kind of loud for my taste.
Oh yeah, these are soaked, dude.
Do you want a new can?
Yeah.
Let's get some more pressure out of it. I have a compressor on the floor here, but we'd have to mute both of our mics.
Yeah, I have that same
I hate
compressor.
that thing.
It's so awful. I bought it for the same thing, and then literally it sat in my garage.
Yeah.
Because it's
so damn loud.
So loud and annoying. But I found a Hitachi one that's really good. If you watch my streams, basically I have one where I would do all this now.
Yeah.
But
All right, so sorry about the noise on that. I'll try and talk while he's doing it. VC Jester said, install a couple of Galax cards and see how that AMD does in 3D Mark. Might have to swap out the EVGA PSU.
Well, we were talking about that earlier. Technically, we're probably going to have issues with cold on that. Because whenever you're doing the PCI, you obviously want to go higher PCI Gen for any of those 3D benches. That's kind of like, if you go, you'll drop performance quite a bit. Just from like Gen 3 to Gen 2 is a good, it depends, I guess it depends on the bench, but I remember the Fire Strikes and stuff were like 2,000 points. Like, it was quite a big change. Like, you don't want to be doing that.
Matthew Spriggs, rate this OC. 4820K, which I don't remember, 4.78 gigahertz, 104 BCLK, 46 multi.
Is 4820K, is that a
It's an Intel chip.
X99?
I don't remember.
I can't remember. Dude, people ask
so.
me all the time about old chips, and yeah, I broke a bunch of records on them and stuff, but dude, I feel like I've benched so many chips that you can't keep up after a while.
HBO Matt, tape a beard extension picture onto his license. That's kind of funny.
That is actually
just
pretty
cut
good.
out like a beard,
that.
And then when you pull it out of your wallet, it like unfolds.
Yeah, you just go.
Just have it like.
Dude, I like that. I like that. That's a good question.
I feel like if you get pulled over for speeding and you hand that to a cop, they'd be like, you know what?
You're good.
I respect this.
I like you.
Nick.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to do that.
According to HardwareBot, they are
Join my Twitter for that, because I'm actually going to do that.
According to HardwareBot, they are #2 in the world. I'm not sure if that's referring to us or someone else. I guess I can open up HardwareBot and check. And
can't be #2.
I don't think
No, because I know
so.
Splave and then one other Asus guy. I don't know how to say his name. He's a Korean. He just actually moved over to Taiwan.
Oh, did
really
he
nice
really?
dude. Yeah, he was in.
He works for Asus, or he just
I think
is
he just
sponsored?
started working now
Oh, okay.
for Asus. He moved to Taiwan from Korea.
I think he took a.
He was in the G skill. He's a very accomplished bencher.
Okay.
Obviously, if you can make it to the G skill OC World Cup stage, then you're doing something right.
R20. Here it is.
He didn't make it all the way through, but
I mean, even just getting there is.
just getting there is
Yeah.
is a pain in the ass. To be honest, if you can like hold your own in there, you're the man.
Oh,
It's
here
like
it
the
is.
World Series of overclocking right now.
I think you might actually be. You are number 2 right now on Hardware Bot.
I'm number 2. Doesn't surprise me. Is that a bugged one? Oh, 3289.
So the current high score is 39,518. The second place.
That looks like it's bugged. If it's 42.54, he probably didn't, but the current second place. But
The current second place is 32,898, and it's a Micro Center account, which is kind of funny. And then if you submit your score, you'd be at 35,155, which is a pretty firm second place.
pretty firm.
Yeah, it's about an equal gap between you and first.
I support HWBot now, so we'll have to put it up there.
Yeah, that's good. Nice.
Yeah.
Second place. It's the first loser.
You saw I put that up last night, didn't you?
Did you?
Yeah, no,
That's what I've been saying that for years.
I've said it for years too,
Yeah.
but I actually put it up on a comment last year.
Did
Or
you?
yeah, someone said, I think no, because I remember I go slacker first,
Oh,
and I go, if you ain't first, you're last.
yeah. You're the first loser, Joe.
Oh yeah, no, I knew I didn't use that one. I used to use that one all the time. Kind of disappointed in myself now.
Chris Al, thanks for great content. # London. Thanks for watching from, I'm assuming, London. I've been there once. Samuel
I've
Furr.
actually never been there. I was almost gonna move there.
Really?
Yeah, I had
Move.
a job for this. You know the work I do right now.
Yeah.
Basically, back in '05, it was either I go to Florida or go to England.
Okay.
And I decided to go to Florida.
They are very different places in terms of weather.
Well, I know. I love the warmth. I'm like a warm guy.
Do you?
I like to or do the Viking thing.
The Viking.
You know, pillage everything.
That's cold.
Yeah, but the thing is, the
You're like
Vikings
the
used to
worst
go
Viking ever.
travel to places and conquer areas.
Okay.
That's basically what I'm doing.
So
I'm
you-
conquering Florida right now.
So you traveled to Florida, and then you got a location to put a computer to do your job to conquer Florida.
Hey,
That doesn't really sound that Vikingish, Joe. I don't know. You do have the boating in common.
that's true. I love boating.
you should get a
I need a
longboat.
boat there. A longboat?
Yeah, like a
see.
Viking longboat.
A Viking longboat.
Yeah.
They're actually pretty genius, you know. My
Yeah.
heritage is pretty awesome. Well,
Samuel
I'm-
Furr, do you see a greater core-to-core delta on CPUs with chiplets like Threadripper? If the chiplets are slightly different heights, for example. It's a good question.
What was the question? If height?
If the core-to-core delta temperature delta is higher with a...
Well, we haven't ripped apart this one, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to put the fans on. I want to
to-
see how it is more.
Answer the question, though.
Actually, we'll do this.
I looked at that on the 3970X, and it was about the same as what I saw on like Intel monolithic dies. So that said, I don't have a big sample size. We're talking a couple chips, and they're all different SKUs, but it was about the same. Kazimo Gioy says, Steve, do you think that you will reach
butchering it.
40K? Yeah, sorry. No, I don't think we'll reach 40K on the score, but you're pretty damn close.
That'd be impressive.
Yeah. Big Al, good to see you. Love these weekend live streams. Got me a mouse mat. Any chance on getting the lightweight pullover hoodie with different logos? Already have the one in the store. Yeah, definitely. Those we
How come I
could-
don't have a pullover, Steve? Because I got a bearded hardware one.
I can get you one if you want.
I kind of want one.
I think we could add another one. That wouldn't be too hard. Next one was Blue Rhythm. I love that. So you did that pretty fast. That was good. Blue Rhythm said, "Love the sound when you're pouring liquid nitrogen." It is kind of crazy.
It's my favorite sound, to be honest. It gets my adrenaline going, I guess you could say. You ever go into a fast car when you turn it on like an old muscle car? It's like, it's the same feeling I get when it's like, yeah, woohoo, let's rock.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Noise I don't like is when you turn some of those cylinders on, sometimes they have that really high squeal
Usually when they're empty.
when they're empty.
Yeah,
and empty.
they're
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah, it's not pleasant.
Uh-oh. What'd you do, Steve?
Literally nothing.
What'd you do, Steve?
For once, I can be happy with that statement, Joe.
I wonder if a module is not in right.
Yeah, just reseat them.
Yeah, that's what the one thing I don't like about this platform is how long it takes for a BIOS reset.
Yes.
I feel like it takes like a half an hour to do that.
It takes forever. Mariner 1712, going to lightly OC a 1700X for desktop CAD work. Probably should get a knock to a cooler or stick with the included Wraith. I mean, I just get an aftermarket cooler for an OC. It's worth it.
The
It'll be
Nacho
quieter.
coolers are pretty good.
Yeah,
I had one on an 18 core. I was so impressed with it.
they do
That
well.
it worked very
Yeah.
well. It was a Nacho. It was one of the big fans. The one thing you got to watch about with air coolers is memory. Depending on what memory you
Yeah.
have, the heights and stuff, sometimes the coolers don't fit well. Or if you put the cooler on, it's hard to put the memory on, or you have to put the memory on first, stuff like that.
Is that memory socketed all the way? Is it booting? Or it's resetting BIOS?
It's the BIOS. It takes like 20 minutes, it feels like. Drives me nuts.
Terrell Sun, is there an actual benefit by using a GT710 GPU? We answered that already. Or is it just I don't want to kill an RTX card? So it's just for 2D out. We want something simple out of the way, and it's lower PCIe gen.
Yeah, so we're all the way in the lowest slot. We're basically going to be on Gen 1 too because of the cold issues we have. So there's really no reason to run an RTX.
Yeah.
I do want to try it though. I kind of want to break out a KP. But
Oh, Zeta's in chat. Thank you, Zeta. Appreciate that. Thomas Saggers, $1, no message. Douglas Pocknet. This is for conditioner for you, by the way. Can't wait for a signed mousepad. Yes, we will be signing them. So we'll sign those right after the stream. Wow, nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was a little worried for a second.
why?
Because it wasn't booting.
Yeah, it happens.
What other reason would there be?
Happens all the time.
So what'd you end up doing? You did VAS on both sides of the modules?
No, just one. Yeah, on the modules that are closest to the pot, they're
Uh-huh.
the ones that get the cold. A lot of the
Okay.
times, the pot is the problem too.
Yeah.
Like to be honest, on this pot, I might.
It's almost like it's just radiating cold. Like
It does.
You put your hand near it and you just feel cold.
It's such a monstrosity of a pot, but you need it for something like
Yeah.
this. There's other things you can do. I probably should have. I actually wanted to do, and I kind of forgot. You know, you have that tape.
Yeah.
Not the tape, but it's the
Armor
insulation tape.
stuff? Yeah.
Yeah, the Armaflex or whatever.
Armaflex.
Yeah, so what you can do is you can put cardboard in there and you put that tape on the other side and try to insulate it.
Yeah. Do you want it or do you want to just
No,
run?
don't worry about it
Just
now.
run like that?
It's kind of too late for
I'll bring
that.
it over to show people though.
Yeah, you can bring it over.
I actually bought this from Vince on kingpincooling.com.
You know you can buy it at Home Depot very easily.
I know that, but I wanted to support Vince.
Why?
Because
I'm just kidding. I love it.
he had just given me a ton of KPX so for these streams. So yeah, this is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can basically, a lot of the times I used to put, back in the day, I used to put this around the pot. So that way it insulates the pot so the cold doesn't go everywhere else. The problem with that, this stuff is sticky and nasty, and that pot you're gonna heat and cold. So
Yeah.
a lot of the times that glue comes off on the pot, it just gets nasty all around. So what I usually do is I'll put it on like popcorn. I don't know why I'm thinking popcorn, but cardboard. Basically, you put it on the side of the cardboard, and you can basically use it and pop them off on demand. So you can have it like wrapped around. You stick it in there all the way around. It will help insulate against that issue. I forgot it to lower memory.
Oh, with the clocks.
Yeah.
Vocaloid. I got accepted into the college I wanted a few days ago for computer science, so that's cool. Time to go into crippling student loan debt. LMAO. Yeah, sorry. No, that's something I avoided.
Crippling load, yeah.
That's
That's the tough part, man. I don't
We're-
get political, but yeah.
we're both dropouts, I think. Or did you
No,
never
I never
go?
went to college. Yeah.
Okay, well, that makes me the most educated one here.
Yeah, that's sad.
I completed 10 credit hours, Joe.
10 credit
I
hours?
think so. I don't know.
That's barely. That's not even.
It might have been like 20. I don't know.
That's like borderline in nothing.
I was barely part-time. I went to PAX, the event.
Yeah.
Went to PAX 2010. And after that, I was like, this is literally the only thing I want to do is is go to these shows and do this job. So after about a year of that, I was like, oh, well,
You went to
I don't-
PAX, was your first show?
Yeah, first show.
I've never been to PAX.
It's fun.
I was talking to Thermal Mike from Thermal Take.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess they're going up to PAX. He's setting up. He always does a bunch of machines
It's-
and game and
I think.
gamer boxes.
Yeah, so I think he'd probably.
No, he's gonna be there.
He'd probably agree with this. It's definitely less of a hardware show, but the people, like if you do a booth right, like they do, because they do all the crazy builds and stuff.
Yeah.
I think the audience is just a lot more enthusiastic about it because it's not like CES or Computex where everybody there has seen it before.
Yeah, it's
So-
kind of it's something that's not used to, I guess.
Yeah.
CES, you're almost your nerd senses are just overblown.
Yeah.
Or Computex, the same thing.
CES, they can be like, here's this $40,000 special system that we brought someone in to mod and paint and everything. And you're just like, okay. Do you have anything interesting? Like, do you have any new products? I'd rather see a $40 case. Yeah, it's a
Not me.
little different
I
there.
don't use cases.
Yeah.
I think we have.
On paper, today's project is pretty much the simplest thing ever. After many hours of troubleshooting, I've identified the problem with my VR gaming PC. The onboard USB ports are not compatible with the Vive trackers that I'm using to enable full body tracking when I'm streaming VR. Now, the solution to this on the surface is very straightforward. You need to just install a PCI Express USB card that uses a different chipset and run the trackers off that. Unfortunately, because it needs to fit inside my tiny home theater console, my VR gaming rig uses an ITX motherboard. So I went out on the prowl for the smallest mini ATX case. On paper, today's project is pretty much the simplest thing ever. After many hours of troubleshooting, I've identified the problem with my VR gaming PC. The onboard USB ports are not compatible with the Vive trackers that I'm using to enable full body tracking when I'm streaming VR. On paper, today's project is pretty much the simplest thing ever. After many hours of troubleshooting, I've identified the problem with my VR gaming PC. The onboard USB ports are not compatible with the Vive trackers that I'm using to enable full body tracking when I'm streaming VR. Now, the solution to this on the surface is very straightforward. You need to just install a PCI Express USB card that uses a different chipset and run the trackers off that. On paper, today's project is pretty much the simplest thing. After many hours of troubleshooting, I've identified the problem with my VR gaming PC. The onboard USB ports are not compatible with the Vive trackers that I'm using to enable full body tracking when I'm streaming VR. Now, the solution to this on the surface is very straightforward. You need to just install a PCI Express USB card that uses a different chipset and run the trackers off that. Unfortunately, because it needs to fit inside my tiny home theater console, VR gaming rig uses an ITX motherboard. So I went out on the prowl for the smallest mini ATX case that I could find, and this is it. Slugger Cerberus. Now, on the surface, this project is super straightforward. Take a basically working computer, transplant it from one case into another with a different motherboard. But with how much has gone wrong with all of this so far, what the fuck? Why are they drifting? I think it's pretty safe to say that I should probably have a camera rolling for it. Why don't we come along for the ride? Brought to you by Glasswire. With Glasswire, you can keep track of the weird stuff that's connected to your PC even when you aren't using it. You can see a strange device change your Wi-Fi and block it instantly. Get 25% off by using code LINE at the link.
يقول: هو البساط الذي كان يفتخر به على ملوك الدنيا، كله ذهب منسوج بالحرير، منظوم بالدر واليواقيت الملونة والمعادن والجواهر المثمنة، وكان طوله 60 ذراعا قطعة واحدة، في جانب منه كالصور، وفي جانب كالشجر، وفي جانب كالأرض المزروعة المقبلة بالنبات في الربيع، وكل ذلك من الحرير الملون والمعادن على قضبان الذهب والزمرد والفضة. وكان الملك لا يبسطه إلا في أيام الشتاء في إيوانه إذا قعد للشراب، وكانوا يسمونه بساط النزهة والمسرات، فيكون لهم شبه الروضة الزهراء. فلما رآه العرب قالوا: والله هذه قطيفة زينة. أما ابن كثير فيقول في وصف البساط: وكان مربعا 60 ذراعا في مثلها من كل جانب، وهو منسوج بالذهب واللآلئ والجواهر الثمينة، وفيه مصور جميع ممالك كسرى، بلاده بأنهارها وقلاعها وأقاليمها وكنوزها وصفة الزروع والأشجار التي في بلاده. فكان يعني كسرى إذا جلس على كرسي مملكته ودخل تحت تاجه، وتاجه معلق بسلاسل من ذهب لأنه كان لا يستطيع أن يقله على رأسه لثقله، بل كان يجيء فيجلس تحته ثم يدخل رأسه تحت التاج والسلاسل الذهب تحمله عنه وهو يستره حال لبسه، فإذا رفع الحجاب عنه خرت له الأمراء سجودا، وعليه المنطقة والسواران والسيف والقباء المرصع بالجواهر، ينظر في البلدان واحدة واحدة فيسأل عنها ومن فيها من النواب، وهل حدث فيها شيء من الأحداث، فيخبره بذلك ولاة الأمور بين يديه، ثم ينتقل إلى الأخرى، وهكذا حتى يسأل عن أحوال بلاده في كل وقت لا يهمل أمر المملكة. وقد وضعوا هذا البساط بين يديه تذكارا له بشأن الممالك، وهو إصلاح جيد منهم في أمر السياسة. هنا ينتهي كلام ابن كثير. ويتفق المؤرخان في أن سعد بن أبي وقاص ومن معه من المقاتلين استكثروا تقسيم البساط بينهم، وطابت أنفسهم بأن يضيفوه إلى خمس المغنم ويبعثوه إلى عمر بن الخطاب في المدينة. فحين رأى عمر البساط قال: إن قوما أدوا هذا إلي لأمناء. فقال له علي بن أبي طالب: عففت فعفت الرعية، ولو رتعت لرتعت. هكذا روى ابن كثير. أما الواقدي فيروي أن عليا قال لعمر: عففت فعفت الرعية. فقال عمر: أشيروا علي فيما أصنع بهذه القطيفة. فقالوا: رأيك أعلى. فقال علي: لم يدخل عليك جهل ولا تقبل شكا، وإنه ليس لك من الدنيا إلا ما أعطيت فأمضيت، ولبست فأبليت، وأكلت فأفنيت. قال عمر: والله لقد صدقتني يا أبا الحسن. لم يطأ عمر بن الخطاب بساط كسرى، كأنه خاف العدوى، خاف أن ترتاح قدماه على البساط، خاف أن يصبح ملكا. كان مؤمنا أن الرسالة التي يقاتل باسمها نقيض للملوك المستريحين، رسالة لا مكان فيها لأن يملك الناس كالتراث، وقد ولدتهم أمهاتهم أحرارا. خاف عمر أن يرتاح. يروي ابن كثير فيقول: بعث سعد بن أبي وقاص أيام القادسية إلى عمر بقباء كسرى وسيفه ومنطقته وسواريه وسراويله وقميصه وتاجه وخفيه، فنظر عمر في وجوه القوم، وكان أجسمهم وأبدنهم قامة سراقة بن مالك، فقال: يا سراق قم فالبس. قال سراقة: فطمعت فيه فقمت فلبست. فقال: أدبر فأدبرت. ثم قال: أقبل فأقبلت. ثم قال: بخ بخ أعيرابي من بني مدلج عليه قباء كسرى وسراويله وسيفه ومنطقته وتاجه وخفاه، رب يوم يا سراق لو كان عليك فيه هذا من متاع كسرى وآل كسرى لكان شرفا لك ولقومك، انزع. فنزعت. يعني عمر أنهم لو كانوا في الجاهلية لكان لبس التيجان وأخفاف الذهب شرفا، أما الآن فلا شرف في متاع الدنيا، بل يكاد هذا الترف أن يكون سبة يعير بها صاحبها. ثم قال: اللهم إنك منعت هذا رسولك ونبيك، وكان أحب إليك مني وأكرم عليك مني، ومنعته أبا بكر وكان أحب إليك مني وأكرم عليك مني، وأعطيتنيه فأعوذ بك أن تكون أعطيتنيه لتمكر بي. خاف عمر أن يرتاح، فأمر بأن يقتسم الناس الجواهر والتيجان. أما البساط فأمر أن يقطعوه تقطيعا، فيذهب كل منهم بناحية. قطع الفقراء خريطة الملك المذهب، وأيا كانت دقة الرواية، فأمر أن يقطعوه يقتسما أعطيتني وأكرم الترف أن أنهم لو كانوا في الجاهلية فيه سيف بخ أعيرابي برد، ثم قال أقبل فأقبلت، ثم قال بخ أعيرابي من بني مدلج. عليه قباء كسرى وسراويله وسيف ومنطقته وتاجه. وخفاه رب يوم من بني مدلج عليه قباء قبلت، ثم قال بخ أعيرابي من بني مدلج عليه قباء كسرى وسراويله وسيفه ومنطقته وتاجه وخفاه رب عليه قباء كسرى وسراويله، ثم قال بخ أعيرابي من بني مدلج عليه قباء كسرى وسراويله وسيفه ومن ومرتقته وتاجه وخفاه. رب يوم يا سراق لو كان عليك في هذا من متاع كسرى وآل كسرى لكان شرفا لك ولقومك. انزع. فنزعت. يعني عمر أنهم لو كانوا في الجاهلية لكان لبس الرجال وأخفاف الذهب شرفا، أما الآن فلا شرف في متاع الدنيا، بل يكاد هذا الترف أن يكون سبة يعير بها صاحبها. ثم قال: اللهم إنك منعت هذا رسولك ونبيك وكان أحب إليك مني وأكرم عليك مني، ومنعته أبا بكر وكان أحب إليك مني وأكرم عليك مني، وأعطيتنيه فأعوذ بك أن تكون أعطيتنيه لتمكر بي. خاف عمر أن يرتاح فأمر بأن يقسم الناس الجواهر والتيجان، أما البساط فأمر أن يقطعوه تقطيعا فيذهب كل منهم بناحية. قطع الفقراء خريطة الملك المذهب. وأيا كانت دقة الروايتين إن الأكيد أن البساط لا يبقى منه شيء، والأكيد أن كثيرا من رؤساء المسلمين بعد عمر بنوا أواوين وقصورا ونسجوا بسطا وابتنوا ذهبا أضخم وأضخم من بساط كسرى، فذاك المسكين لم يزد عن 60 ذراعا في مثلها. واستمروا على ذلك حتى جرت عليهم سنة المتبعين فغلبتهم الأقوام، كما غلب العرب كسرى حين كانوا أحرارا خائنين يخافون الراحة. بقي علي وعمر سليمين من العدوى، حنينا قابلا للانفجار، بكاء مكتوما وغناء مسبحا، وحلما كلما بعد اقترب. وسنة الله في الأحباب أنهم وجها يزيد وضوحا كلما ابتعد. لم يكن صوته قويا ولا جميلا، لكن الكل كانوا يمدحونه، وكان مصرا على إسماعه للناس. يجمع المواطنين المساكين في المسرح ثم لا يسمح لأحد أن يتحرك أو يغادر حتى ينتهي من غنائه. وكان يغني لعدة أيام متواصلة، حتى أن النساء الحوامل كن يضعن أولادهن في المسرح ولا يسمح لهن بالخروج، وحتى أن بعض الرجال كانوا يمثلون أنهم ماتوا ليؤخذوا خارج المسرح لجنائزهم المفترضة، فقد كان الموت العذر الوحيد. يصف الواقدي بساط
تنقلبوا خاسرين، بل الله مولاكم وهو خير الناصرين. سنلقي في قلوب الذين كفروا الرعب بما أشركوا بالله ما لم ينزل به سلطانا، ومأواهم النار وبئس مثوى الظالمين. ولقد صدقكم الله وعده إذ تحصونهم بإذنه، حتى إذا فشلتم وتنازعتم في الأمر وعصيتم من بعد ما أراكم ما تحبون، تصعدون ولا تلوون على